If you go in the middle. Hi everyone. We'll just keep it to 4 questions each, if that's okay. Michael, do you want to go first, BBC, and then I'll get around, sorry.
Thank you. Rhian, how did you, obviously not the result you wanted, what did you make of that one?
Yeah, it's tough right after you walk off the pitch when you have a performance or a result like that, firstly. A big congratulations to England. I thought we were thoroughly outplayed. I was also outcoached. It was one of those games that you know that you'll look on as a huge moment to push you on to new levels, but it's hardly what you want to be saying right now. And I feel sorry that I wasn't able to give the players what they needed in that third game. But equally, I know it highlights that we've dipped our toe into something here and we're excited about it, but we've got a long way to go, and there's a real fitness gap, I think, for this team. When we think of tournament play, we're talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and this team's never played through a summer before, and it's a gap that we've got to go towards, absolutely.
When you say you're out-coached, what do you mean by that?
Well, I thought the way Lucy Bronze was rolling in to create a second pivot, their movement, we were prepared for their movement. I didn't think we won all our 1v1 duels, and part of that is heavy legs and fatigue, so I potentially got my rotations wrong. But, you know, like, they did have pressure on them, and the way that they were set up and the way they were playing, it didn't look like they had the pressure on them, which is a testament to how they were set up and how they were prepared to play.
Obviously disappointment tonight, but there is a bigger picture. It's Wales' first ever major finals. Do you think after the kind of dust has settled from being disappointed to concede as you did tonight, there's as I say, there's a bigger picture, and there's kind of it's the start of something rather than just being grateful that Wales qualified?
Absolutely, and we know we'll do that. It's when you just come off a pitch from a game like that, it's not time for the bigger picture yet, and we know that. It would be disrespectful to our fans, I think, to say, yeah, we were, outplayed, but think of the, so I'm trying to find the balance, because I really wouldn't want to coach any other team. I love these women. I think they're an incredible group, and they are groundbreaking in what they're doing, and that's my singular focus is, like, what could I have done better to give them more of an opportunity to stay in the game? And I'm not trying to do anything other than, like, that's what I can fix. That's what I can go towards. And I look forward to doing that after a few days off.
Jess Fishlock, obviously, inevitably, attention's going to turn to her because of her age and everything she's done in a Wales shirt. She's told 2 TV channels tonight she doesn't know what the future holds for her in terms of her international career. Just your thoughts on her as a player, what it's been like to coach her, and I'm guessing from your point of view, you're hoping that she's got a bit more to give for Wales.
Well, what I've said to all my players is to just take a breath. I think we're right in the thick of something, and there's so much emotion. Like, there were great moments, and there were really hard moments and painful moments and big lessons and things that we are excited about. And it's not the time to look at future plans for Jess, for Kaylee, for some of our more experienced players. I hope that they stick together tonight and that they enjoy one another's company, that they celebrate the moments that they can celebrate. Jess has a goal and an assist, Hannah Kane goal. That's what I ask of this team, is that they make sure that they stick together as a team and just are around each other for a while, and then bigger life decisions can be made in the future.
Lovely. Thank you, Rhian.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, Rhian. Can I just ask what you said, or a précis of what you said, when you got all the team and the staff in a circle, because it looked like you were giving it some then. What did you say?
I don't know about giving it some. I told them the truth. I said, like, this wasn't our day. I didn't think we had our best game. I didn't think I set them up as well as I could have, but equally, I told them exactly what I just said, that I wouldn't want to be with any other team. And it comes with hard and painful lessons, and that's going to be a reality, I think, because my plans for this team in the future are that we continue to play a type of expansive football, that we're front-footed in moments, and that we break with numbers, and that we possess the ball. And in doing that, in changing some of how we maybe play, we open ourselves up. But that's how I want it to be. The first half, we were a kick and run team. I don't like that. I don't think they like that, but that's the the tension. I don't know what you want to call it, but they also just ran out of gas. They're just not quite ready for a third game, and then you try and galvanize them for the second half. And I think we saw better moments in the half, and a lot of England changes, of course. But that's the kind of football I want to see from the team. I want them to play, and I told them that. I stand together is what I said.
So I know you've planned for every eventuality, but what do you need to kick on now? I know you'll reflect and whatever, but I know you're planning already. What do you need to make sure you're at World Cups and Euros all the time?
Well, firstly, thank you for the question. I think it gives me the opportunity to put out a call to action, which I think we know. But what I would say first is that there are no excuses. This is absolutely a thorough and deserved win by England, and by their coaching staff, and how they were set up, and some of their movements were fantastic. A huge thank you to our fan base, who were beyond outstanding. The England fans as well. That was a noise and a half tonight. And the FAW, who really went and gave us everything to make sure that we felt like we had earned the right and the privilege of representing our country. The next stage is that I need to get back to Wales, and I need to keep making sure that across our country we continue to push opportunity for our young girls across the country for all sport. Football is one sport. But I do think that's an important one, and I remember, and I'm sure the English media here will remember, I think Lotte Wubben-Moy and the English women took such a powerful step when they wrote that letter calling for the very similar, that this is a time in the world with a lot happening. I'm a football manager. I can't speak to much, but I will say that giving equal opportunity to our young girls has got to be something that we continue to push for.
Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions? It's in the front here.
Hi, Rhian. Just wanted to ask kind of a follow-up on that. You'll obviously know, being from North America, there was always this talk of a physical and athletic gap between US women's national team and everyone else. And now England have, with WSL and other kind of elements, been able to close that. So what do you think, from your experience, exactly your program needs in order to be able to change those physical and fitness elements?
Yeah, I think there's two parts of that, because an international program can't really do that. We get them on a FIFA window for 10 days. So my players have to be playing. I had 5 players out of contract here. It's mind-blowing to me. Esther Morgan starts all of our games, plays, and she doesn't have a club. It drives me wild. I, as a Canadian who was developed in the U.S., of course, it's not the U.S.'s priority to develop the Canadians. And I look at some of my players, and it does frustrate me, you can tell. So I've got to try and find them opportunities abroad in Scandinavia. Maybe I have to send them, to North America, which is tough challenge. But they have to be playing. Firstly, that's the basic. Same with my keepers. My keepers don't start for their clubs. So the next stage is, how do I get them an environment where they are getting that game time? And then the next step is, they're not club players, they're international players. So what is it that we're doing with Wales to help support their sports scientists, because they have to be ready they are owned by their club. So how do we work with them to continue to push their physical standards? Because I'll be honest, we don't have enough of my players right now who are hitting the top level benchmark.
And those that are out of contract, are you actively trying to help them or push them into directions where you might have relationships at certain clubs?
Well, one of my problems from being a North American is I don't have enough contacts in Europe, and that's something that I'm just speaking openly about it. It's hard because I can't just pick up the call and advocate. And I obviously I'm so proud of the Canadian League, the USL, the NWSL, but equally like having players. You can see like the huge effort it is for Enquiries James and Jess Fishlock. Those transatlantic flights are not something I want so many players doing, but I'll do what needs to be done. So yes, I'm actively supporting their move because it is their decision. But I've told their agents that just use me because I need them playing. Just like any international coach, you just want your players playing.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
No questions? Okay, diolch yn fawr.
Right.
Thanks for your support
Thank you.
and safe journey back.
Safe travel.